Ethan Caldwell, at 27, embodies the ideal son of the Caldwell family. He is charismatic, ambitious, and groomed for success, with his family's construction empire looming over him like a shadow. Margaret Caldwell, his mother, is a force of nature, determined to marry her son off to Lillian Prescott, the perfect match from another affluent family. Lillian, with her graceful demeanor and impeccable pedigree, seems ideal on paper. The two families celebrate their upcoming union with lavish parties and public appearances, reinforcing their status in high society. Yet, beneath the facade, Ethan feels trapped. In the quiet moments away from the spotlight, Ethan finds solace in the small interactions with Izzy Johnson, the maid. Izzy's laughter is infectious, and her unwavering spirit inspires him. They share stolen moments in the garden, where they dream of a life beyond the confines of their roles. One evening, as they watch the sunset, Izzy confides in Ethan about her dreams of becoming a fashion designer. "I want to create something beautiful, something that speaks to who I am," she says, her eyes shining with hope. Ethan admires her determination, feeling a connection that goes beyond their social class. As the weeks go by, Ethan and Izzy's bond deepens. They spend more time together, discussing their dreams and fears. It's during one of these intimate conversations that Izzy reveals her pregnancy. The news hits Ethan like a bolt of lightning, filled with both joy and fear. "I didn't plan this," she says, her voice trembling. "But I want this baby, Ethan. I want our family." Ethan is overwhelmed, torn between his responsibilities to his family and his love for Izzy. The weight of the world seems to press down on him as he realizes he must confront his parents about their relationship. When Ethan finally musters the courage to tell his parents, it is during a lavish dinner party. Surrounded by family and friends, he stands up, heart racing, and declares, "I have something important to share." Margaret, caught off guard, raises an eyebrow. "What is it, Ethan?" "I'm in love with Izzy and she's pregnant with my child," he states boldly, his voice steady despite the tension in the room. Gasps ripple through the crowd. Margaret's face flushes with anger and Richard's jaw tightens. "This is unacceptable," Richard roars, slamming his fist on the table. "You will marry Lillian. She is the only one worthy of our name." Margaret adds coldly, "Izzy is beneath us. This will tarnish our family's reputation." Ethan, feeling his heart shatter, pleads, "You don't understand. I love her." The family's rejection becomes evident when they forcibly remove Izzy from her job and home, offering her a substantial amount of money to leave town. Ethan's heart breaks as he watches the only woman he loves being driven away. In the aftermath, Ethan feels a deep sense of loss and regret. He refuses to let his family's decision dictate his future. Under the cover of night, he sneaks out to find Izzy, racing against time and the expectations that threaten to crush him. When he arrives at her small apartment in a rough neighborhood, he finds her packing. Tears stain her cheeks as she looks up at him, filled with mixed emotions. "Why didn't you fight for us, Ethan?" she asks, hurt evident in her voice. "I didn't know how," he admits, desperation in his tone. "But I can't live without you. I want to support you and our child." Izzy hesitates, torn between love and the scars of rejection. "What about your family? Your engagement? None of it matters if I can't be with you," he insists. "I'll do whatever it takes." Ethan works tirelessly to provide for Izzy. He takes on side jobs, navigating the difficult world of manual labor to ensure she has what she needs. Their love grows stronger as they share late-night talks about the future, planning for their baby. Days turn into weeks, and the pressure from Ethan's family mounts as the wedding date with Lillian approaches. Margaret bombards Ethan with reminders of his obligations, insisting he must be present for every social event leading up to the wedding. Despite the mounting pressure, Ethan's resolve strengthens. With Izzy at his side, he becomes determined to carve a path that embraces love and authenticity, no matter the sacrifices required. As Ethan navigates his tumultuous relationship with his family, his younger sister, Chloe, begins to notice his distress. A free-spirited college student, Chloe has always admired her brother's courage. One evening, while they share a quiet dinner, she broaches the subject. "Ethan, you seem different. Is everything okay?" she asks, her concern evident. Ethan sighs, glancing around to ensure they are alone. "I'm in love with Izzy, but my family is forcing me to marry Lillian. They kicked Izzy out when they found out she's pregnant." Chloe's eyes widen. "That's awful. You should follow your heart. Life is too short to live for others' expectations." Ethan feels a surge of hope. "But how can I go against our parents? They control everything." Chloe leans forward, her voice steady. "You have to take a stand. I'll support you no matter what. You deserve to be happy." This conversation empowers Ethan. He begins to see the possibility of change, not only for himself but also for Izzy and their child. As the wedding day approaches, tension builds. Ethan spends his nights with Izzy, whispering dreams of a future where love triumphs over societal norms. They talk about raising their child in a world filled with acceptance, where their love story can be more than just a secret. On the morning of the wedding, Ethan dresses in a suit that feels more like a prison than a celebration. As he stands at the altar, surrounded by family and friends, his heart races with fear and determination. Lillian waits at the end of the aisle, radiant but unaware of the storm brewing within him. In a moment of pure clarity, Ethan realizes he cannot go through with this. As the officiant begins the ceremony, he feels a wave of resolve wash over him. He steps forward, interrupting the proceedings. "I can't do this," he declares, his voice echoing through the grand hall. "I love Izzy, and she's carrying my child. I refuse to live a lie any longer." Gasps echo through the crowd as silence falls. Lillian's face pales, and the shock on his parents' faces is palpable. Margaret's expression shifts from disbelief to fury. "You will regret this, Ethan," she yells. Ignoring his mother's threats, Ethan races to find Izzy, leaving chaos in his wake. He arrives at her apartment, breathless and determined. "Is it too late?" Izzy asks, her voice filled with uncertainty as Ethan steps inside. "No, it's never too late," he responds, taking her hands in his. "I want to be with you and our baby. We'll build a life together, away from their expectations." Izzy's eyes shine with a mix of hope and fear. "What about your family? They'll never accept me." Ethan squeezes her hands tighter. "I don't care. I'm choosing you, and I'm ready to face the consequences. We can create our own family, our own traditions." With newfound resolve, they set out to create a life filled with love and purpose. They face challenges together, finding strength in their commitment to each other. As they navigate the complexities of parenthood, they discover joy in simple moments, a shared meal, laughter, and the dreams they dare to chase. Ethan confronts his parents, demanding their acceptance and respect for his choices. The confrontation is heated, with Richard spouting traditional values and Margaret lamenting the loss of their family name. But Ethan stands firm, declaring, "You taught me to value integrity and love above all. I won't compromise my happiness for your expectations." In the following weeks, as Ethan and Izzy navigate their new life, Chloe becomes a pillar of support. She introduces them to her friends, helping them find community resources and offering a safe space where they can express their love freely. Chloe's support proves invaluable. She helps Izzy find freelance work in fashion design, allowing her creativity to flourish while providing for their growing family. As Izzy immerses herself in her passion, Ethan begins to see a transformation in her. She radiates confidence and joy. One evening, as they gather around the dining table, Izzy shares her designs with Chloe and Ethan. "This collection is inspired by the beauty of resilience," she explains, excitement dancing in her eyes. "I want to create clothes that empower women like me." Chloe beams with pride. "You're incredible, Izzy. I can't wait to see your dreams come true." Ethan watches with admiration, realizing how far they've come. Their love story is no longer a hidden secret. It has become a source of inspiration for others. As time passes, Ethan feels the weight of his family's disapproval, but remains committed to his new life. He and Izzy decide to host a gathering to celebrate their child's first birthday, inviting Chloe and a few close friends. "I want to show my family what we've built," Ethan declares, determination in his voice. They need to see that love can flourish outside their expectations. The day of the celebration arrives, filled with laughter, joy, and the sweet smell of cake. As guests gather, Ethan looks around at the warmth and love surrounding them, but his heart races as he spots his parents arriving, their expressions tense. Margaret's eyes narrow as she takes in the scene. "This is a disgrace," she mutters under her breath. Ethan approaches them, heart pounding. "Mom, Dad, I want you to meet Izzy and our child. This is our family." Izzy steps forward, holding their baby, her expression brave yet vulnerable. "Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Caldwell. It's nice to finally meet you." Richard crosses his arms, a scowl on his face. "This isn't how we do things, Ethan. You've embarrassed this family." Ethan takes a deep breath, his resolve unwavering. "I'm not ashamed of my love or my family. Izzy is everything I've ever wanted, and I refuse to let tradition dictate my life any longer." As silence hangs in the air, Ethan's courage becomes palpable. He stands tall, ready to fight for what matters most, his love for Izzy and their child. Slowly, the atmosphere shifts. Chloe steps forward, addressing her parents. "You need to see how happy Ethan and Izzy are together. Love isn't defined by social status. It's about connection and authenticity." Margaret's expression softens slightly as she takes in the scene. She watches Izzy interact with their child, a glimmer of understanding crossing her face. In a pivotal moment, Margaret takes a tentative step forward. "Izzy, I see the love you have for my son. I may not understand everything, but I want to try." Ethan's heart swells with hope. "Thank you, Mom. That's all I've ever wanted. To have our family embrace the love we've built." As the evening unfolds, laughter replaces tension. Ethan and Izzy share stories of their journey, inspiring others to embrace love beyond societal confines. The celebration marks a new chapter in their lives, a testament to their resilience and the power of love. With each passing moment, they create a legacy that defies expectations, proving that true wealth lies not in status, but in the bonds of the heart. Thanks for watching. Please help our channel to grow by liking, commenting, and subscribing.